Making the Invisible Visible, Black Women 365 Days of the Year. Each day will spotlight a remarkable woman whose story has shaped Black, British or global diasporic history. Women whose achievements are too often overlooked. Through these daily short films, we create a living, breathing archive of leadership, creativity, resistance and legacy. Let's begin.
So I am Dr. Nathania Atkinson. By job title, I am the founder and research director of J2N Atkinson, but I'm also a principal consultant across other contracts. In life, I'm a mother, a lover of creative industry, so music, dance, movement, all things fashion, etc. And I think I hold the question around Black women, Black females, Black girls, Black creatives, Black entrepreneurs, and how we take up space by using creativity to transform from survival to thriving. In terms of the energy that I bring, I am direct, no nonsense, graceful, honest, but also extremely loving. Yeah. What I'm exploring again is this combination between creative industries. Right now, specifically, I'm working on a green paper that looks at the creative corridor between the UK and the Caribbean, and how we can kind of use that diaspora movement physically and in terms of infrastructure to just keep developing those industries. I think the biggest question around that, which follows on from what I'm looking at, is about ownership, IP, cultural extraction and exploitation, and how we continue to keep what we create and have power over that. And how I actually work is very fluid. So I ensure that I have a lot of time to just breathe, be still, particularly because I was a creative first. I think the best things come out of when you give yourself time. So I try not to crowd my diary. I don't like 1,000 meetings. If it can be an email or a text, I'm perfectly fine with that. And I think the beauty of that is you then get to hear what you're supposed to be doing and feel what you're supposed to be doing. Especially at the age I am now, there's been so many moments and I've had so many amazing moments doing different things. So I've had moments of a dancer, I've had moments of a founder, I've had moments working in companies, traveling, etc. But I think to answer the question, the birth of my daughter started the entrepreneurial journey for me, because there was things about what I wanted to do in life and what I wanted for her that I just felt like, do it now or don't do it. And I had the support of my dad to do that. I think what then shifted probably 10 years later was then the death of my dad. But then that propelled me into academia and understanding how much legacy needs to be held in everything that I'm doing. So I would say birth and death have been the two moments that have really allowed me to pivot and reconsider what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Okay, so I really liked this question because I think on the surface, because I'm quite reserved, I think people can sometimes misconstrue that, especially being a Black woman showing up in different spaces. But what I will say is that the core of everything I do, from the PhD to the chapters to the work, is always holding space again to champion Black girls, women, mothers who are taking a chance on their dreams. And I think if I can contribute even in a small way to them having more audacity, being bold, taking up space, having the information so they're not undervaluing themselves, not underpricing themselves. And one of my favorite things is looking at Bell Hooks talking back and being able to talk back, disagree, hold space, stand on your own. That is like super important to me. And I think that thread is consistent in everything I do, and even the way that I present myself. I'm very sure of this is who I am, and I'm going to show up in my fullness, take it or leave it. Firstly, my relationship with my daughter, she is my safe space. She's I wouldn't say she's a motivation because I think that puts a lot of pressure on her. I would say that because of her, I'm always making sure like we're having good time, we're living life to our fullest without ego, without judgment of other people. I want her to enjoy life. I want us to enjoy life together and make memories. And that links back to that thing about legacy. I think speaking kindly to yourself, because we don't always do that. Um, and being as kind to yourself as you would be to somebody else is super important. And I think linking back to what I said before about talking back, being defiant, taking risks is what keeps me on my toes. Like, how can I challenge myself more? Um, and in a weird way, that brings me comfort because you're constantly seeing how you can advance and make yourself better, and still enjoy what you're doing at the same time. So I think that's probably it. Small wins, the nearest and dearest to me. It can just be as simple as sitting in the garden now that it's sunny, having conversation. I think the main thing for me is just doing things without ego, just what brings me peace in that moment with the people that I love. And it can just be as simple as just having a laugh.
Thank you for joining us for today's story. Making the Invisible Visible is our commitment to ensuring that Black women's histories and contributions are recognised, valued and kept in daily circulation. Across 2026, we will continue to share these powerful narratives, 365 days of impact, brilliance and inspiration. Stay connected, join the conversation and help us champion the women whose journeys continue to shape our world. I'm Paulette Brooks and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next story.